And one of your major influences was your father, Jerry Davis, who passed some years ago. Talk about the impact that your father had on your life and developing you into the man that you are today.
Well, the first thing is that nothing in Jerry Davis's house came before, church, God, spiritual life. You had to live up to that first. Everything else was secondary. I'm not trying to paint him as perfect. He certainly wasn't, nor am I. But it was something that was instilled in us at an early age. We were at church when the doors opened. We were not just going and sitting in church. We were part of it. We tried to serve, tried to help people who were less fortunate. My dad was particularly diligent in helping maybe older folks who couldn't help themselves. He would drive the church van and go around and pick them up and make sure they got to church. Make sure people were fed if they needed to, and just different things like that. I think instilled perspective in me. Now, he was a machinist. He didn't go to college. He liked sports. He enjoyed sports a lot, but he was not the quintessential sports dad. My dad probably liked working on cars and piddling, as he called it, building stuff, fixing stuff. He could fix everything. I can fix nothing. He made me help him, but I didn't learn a thing, Justin. I don't know how to do any of that. But he really instilled in me the value of, first, spirituality, and then secondly, work. And, if I got out of line, my dad didn't swear, so he never, never heard him say, actually I heard him, I don't know if I can say this in your podcast, I actually heard him get angry 2 times my entire life and refer to someone under his breath as a jackass. And that was it. That was the strongest language I ever heard him say. But, if I got out of line a little bit, he would say, "That ain't no way to be, boy." And that was, that was, him telling 12-year-old Rece, "You're not behaving in a manner that meets the standard that we expect, in this house, and that you expect as a man, or a young man who proclaims himself to be a Christian." So that was probably the most influential thing he did to me. And from my mom, to give her credit too, Dad was the practical one. I don't know if he was a taskmaster, but it was like, you're supposed to work. My mother was the one who said, don't limit your dreams. If you want to be something, pursue it. And, but I was very fortunate to be brought up in a Christian household that also provided an environment, even though they didn't have a lot of experience with it themselves, if you want to pursue something that seems out of reach, try.